Unsolved. The JonBenet Ramsey case. Would you like to know more? CNN's Mr. Turner speaking on the JonBenet Ramsey case. And everywhere you turn, there are other little mysteries on top of the mystery. While police assert that John and Patricia Ramsey are not now suspects, the couple's apparent stonewalling is a mystery. Each has hired individual lawyers rather than sharing one, as well as a crisis consultant. That good southern common sense of yours. John Ramsey lived here with his first wife, and they had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. And then John had an affair, and they got divorced. And then he married Patsy Ramsey, and they had a boy and a girl. Here in the area of Atlanta, Georgia. The killer's DNA is discovered in a blood smear in the interior of the underwear. Then, years later, it's found on the exterior waistband of these long johns. So there's really no way that Patsy or John could have committed this murder unless there was some kind of transfer of touch DNA. Yet there's no way it could have come from the underwear, because how could it get on the exterior of the long johns? So really there's only 2 ways that it could have happened. Either the trace DNA was transferred from the long johns to the underwear, or the DNA was transferred from some cloth or rag that the killer used to wipe JonBenet's body with. Would you like to know more? Crazy back alley neighbor. Once breakfast was over, the day unfolded with the usual chaos of the neighborhood children coming and going. The boys from across the alley drifted in with their remote-controlled toys, and then they went outside to race their cars up and down the street. When I returned home in the afternoon, JonBenet and Burke were playing outside with the neighborhood gang. Kyle, Peterson, Colby, age 13. Eben, Haynes, Colby, age 10. Would you like to know more? John Ramsey speaks with his wife by his side about his alleged affair.
Who is Kimberly? I don't have a clue who Kimberly Ballard is. She came out of the woodwork. She called us several times saying she was going to the media. I don't even know who she is. Don't have a clue who Kimberly Ballard is.
Had you ever spoken to Kimberly
No.
Ballard? Have you ever met Kimberly?
No.
Did you ever speak on the phone?
No.
She's not a close friend?
No. Certainly not now. No, and that's the tragedy. Here's God knows who she is. Decides this is going to be her 15 minutes of fame, makes an accusation, and the media runs with it. No checking. Nobody asked me these questions before they ran with the story. Nobody checked to see if I was in Tucson when she said I was, or at the Brown Palace Hotel when she said I was.
All they have to do is say it has been reported that, and they're off the hook.
So it was fun. They had fun with it. They just, at our expense.
Would you like to know more? Mysterious letter from Shreveport, Louisiana. David G. Haynes, age 42, was arrested and charged with indecent behavior with 2 juveniles. David worked as an MC, interview coach, and consultant for beauty pageants in Shreveport. Despite a public appeal by Boulder detectives for the letter's author to come forward, they have been unable to identify the writer. Would you like to know more? Well, this ends this unusual and interesting episode of Unsolved. And next week, we might do a little experiment with DNA, a DNA test. So I'll see you next weekend.